All right, and we're back.
Well, hello.
Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have a bona fide guest. We do. All the other guests have been guests because they're my friends. Granted, you're my sister, so it's kind of the same thing, but at the same time, there's actual real stuff to talk to you about.
Am I the first woman on this podcast?
To talk, yeah. Preston's girlfriend, Bree, has done a lot. She came up with our rating system. Because whenever we rate, like, an album, we give it out of 5 goat heads. She came up with that.
That's nice.
She came up with a couple other things, too. But, yeah, we've had some touches of women throughout, but not, no, yeah, you're the first.
Female touch? Yeah.
Female touch, yeah.
Very nice.
You're the first.
Well, I feel honored.
So you just got back from fucking Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So, before we dive into that, fucking what? Where, did you, because, I mean, obviously I know all this, but nobody listening to this does, so, where did you, go to school?
Well, my name is Catie.
Good point.
I'm your sister, so I've known you for my entire existence.
Only yours, though.
True, only mine. I went to Michigan State. Yeah, I studied psychology and arts and humanities.
And that has led you on a path of travel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like,
I think that's safe to say.
Yeah, because I think you've gone more places than anyone else I know at this point. Offhand, definitely. So, where was the first, okay, besides fucking, like, when we were kids and our parents took us to Canada or whatever the fuck. Canada's the only fucking place I've ever been. Where, well, during college, you did a study abroad.
Yeah.
To New Zealand.
Yeah.
How long were you at New Zealand for?
A month.
And what did you do there? You studied things, didn't you?
Yeah. True. It's the study part of the abroad. I was trying to get my general science credits that you need, like biology and crap like that I didn't have. So I just took those general credits there, and we studied a lot of birds.
Oh, that's cool.
The birds of New Zealand. We actually had a kid on our trip that was terribly afraid of birds.
Oh my god.
Which turned out to be disastrous because they would fly right by us and he would have a panic attack pretty much every time. So that was hard to watch.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I was kind of like, did you read the syllabus? Because it's all about birds.
Oh.
Yeah, but he was a trooper. He went ahead and did it anyway. So yeah, but I think my first trip abroad was to France.
Oh yeah.
In high school.
That's
actually.
right. I forgot about that. What? Yeah, but that was
It was like a week.
Yeah, that was with the high school. That was because you were in French.
Yeah.
What did you do over there? Was that like a tourist? That's more touristy though, right?
Yeah, we went to Paris. We actually went to Normandy.
Oh, that's cool.
Which was really cool to see and sad. And then we went to St. Malo, which is like this little... it's a town, I guess, but it's like an island almost, and it's completely surrounded by walls. Like, it's all walled in. And there's a lot of history that I don't remember about it, but basically, in one of these wars, that's how they defended themselves, is they just built this wall around the city. It's like tiny though. But it was cool.
And then, but in fucking New Zealand, you got the most metal disease virus infection thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah, that's a funny story. So, I was having just like this extreme abdominal pain that I've never had appendicitis, but that's kind of what it seemed like it was. And it was sort of not that bad. And the next leg on our trip was to go to a glacier. So I told the professor that we were with, and she was like, okay, well, let's go ahead and get you to the doctor before we go to the glacier, because then the nearest hospital is 3 hours away. So we went to the doctor, but the line was really long. We were going to have to wait all day, and everyone else was already in the bus ready to go. So I was like, it'll be fine, no big deal, let's just go ahead. I was wrong. So we get to the glacier, and St. Francis, I think. I hope I didn't mess that up. And then that night, it just gets it's unbearable. Like, I'm just screaming and crying in pain. It feels like someone's stabbing me in the abdomen. And so, they call an ambulance, and it takes 3 ambulance rides. They have to transfer me into the different ambulances.
Jesus
and
Christ.
3 hours to get back to the hospital. But at this point, I'm so high off whatever painkillers they put me on. So I'm just like, I'm not feeling any pain anymore. I'm just like having the time of my life. And we get to the hospital, and I fuck you not, the first thing the doctor said to me was, "This is my first day." And I'm like, this is your what? This is my first day as a doctor. So here I am in Glacier, New Zealand, dying of who knows what, and it's the doctor's first day. It all turned out to be fine. They gave me some medicine, and it was fine. It was some kind of rare tropical virus called Bornholm disease, also known as the Devil's Grip.
The Devil's Grip.
That's the name that really stuck with me.
The Devil's Grip. She got the Devil's Grip.
Yeah. You know what the funny part about that story is? That I didn't tell mom and dad. Because what's the point of telling them that I'm on my way to the hospital, right?
Right.
So I waited until after I got out, and I had someone's phone, someone's international phone, and I was like, I'm going to go ahead and call BJ first. Because I feel like he could just ease the blow for me a little bit at home. But I called, I think you didn't answer or something, or went to voicemail, so then I called Dad, and I had to call Dad and say, hey, I'm fine, but I have the Devil's Grip in New Zealand. And he was like, do you want to come home? Like, what should we do? And I was like, nah, it's okay. So it was weird.
That's fucking crazy.
Also, to note, no one else on my trip got that.
Weird.
So just me somehow.
You get the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Where is next on the list? Because I have no idea after New Zealand.
Well, before New Zealand, I did some backpacking in Europe.
Really?
With Sahar.
Oh.
We did 3 weeks. We did France, Ireland, England, Belgium, and Spain.
Jesus Christ.
Well, because she has a lot of family.
Oh.
So we were able to stay with her family in Belgium and London. And then one of our friends was on study abroad in Ireland, so we stayed with him. So it was really just France and Spain that we stayed at hostels. But yeah, after New Zealand, that was my senior year at State.
Mm-hmm.
I went into Americor. So I was based out of Sacramento, California, but we were sent all over that area. So I ended up in Montana for a few months, and then Salt Lake City for a few months. I was on Catalina Island for a few months. And that was pretty cool.
What did you do with Americor?
Everywhere we went was a different project. So in Montana, we were working with Habitat for Humanity. We were sent there in the winter. So we were building a house in 2 feet of snow and negative 15 degrees.
Fuck that.
It was terrible.
Oh my god.
I have vivid memories of checking my email in the porta potty because it was the only place that was warm.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That was a low point.
Oh my god.
That was a low point.
I have to go to the porta potty because it's the only place that's warm, but yet it smells like everyone's 90-year-old shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I stayed in there for extended periods of time.
Oh my god.
I mean, we had like all the hand warmers, the feet warmers, like that's shit that you buy.
They don't work.
Didn't make a difference.
They don't work. Not in real cold.
Not make a difference.
Not in real cold. Okay, so then after Americor, you got a job, your current job, right? Which is?
I work for BuildOn, which is a service learning nonprofit. So I work in a high school in Detroit, which is actually just a stone's throw away from your favorite restaurant, Armando's.
The listeners of this podcast know Armando's by now.
So it's really close to there.
Mexican town, Detroit.
Yeah.
Fucking, I mean, that still blows my mind that you live there because, like, going there, the first handful of times I went there by myself in 07, 08, it was fucking rough. Like, it was fucking real bad. And, I was never, like, nervous or anything like that, but you could tell that this is not a good fucking area to be in. And now though, it's fucking smoother fucking streets than Lansing. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's definitely improved. Especially with, like, the train station being purchased. That's hugely
Oh my god,
symbolic.
We talked about that on here, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fucking... I'm excited about that. You see the top 2 floors are going to be apartments?
Yeah, I think that's weird.
Oh, how cool would it be, though?
Would it be cool?
Yeah!
I don't know. I don't think I would like it.
I think it'd be sweet. It'd be sweet.
Well, you can get an
That
apartment
view?
there.
That view?
It would be a nice view.
Oh.
But it would also be like $1 million a month.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna
Probably.
charge up the butt for that.
Sure, because it's going to be all nice.
Yeah.
And it's actually, like, beyond kind of fucked up because, you know, homeless people have been staying there for free this whole time.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I know. They're going to charge. Yeah, that's true. But, yeah, it's much improved. And I think a lot of that is from, well, a lot of things. But
yeah, there's a lot of
Corktown has developed quite a bit, which is right next door.
I mean, with that building,
Southwest.
that building in particular owes part of its renaissance to Batman. Because
Don't we all owe something
yes,
to Batman?
Yes. But they're the ones that came through and fixed all the windows when they filmed part of Dawn of Justice down there.
Was it them? I thought that was Ford. Maybe not.
I don't know. I just know that
Someone
at one
did.
point they had a bat symbol up
Oh,
there.
yeah.
And I think all the windows were fixed at that point.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That was cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Oh my god, it's so fucking cool. I can watch that. Like, I can watch the fucking Batman fight on the fucking Grand Central Station. It's so sick. So yeah, you work for BuildOn.
Mm-hmm.
Now, okay, so you do this stuff with the kids in Detroit. What is it? What stuff?
do I do?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's called service learning.
Because there's a lot. I see you posting all kinds of different fucking activities.
Yeah. We do a lot of different stuff. It's all called service learning, which basically means, like, to put it simply, it's volunteering, but then also educating our kids on why the work that we're doing when we volunteer is relevant and matters.
Okay.
So, like, if we were to go to a soup kitchen in Detroit, which we do frequently, before we go, we would talk about hunger, and we would talk about, like, hunger in the United States, and then hunger in Michigan, and then hunger in Detroit, and, like, who does this affect, and why does it matter, and then we would go and do the service, and afterwards we'd talk about it, if that kind of makes sense.
Okay.
Basically, giving context to what we're doing, rather than just being like, let's go shovel someone's snow, and then leave.
Okay, so besides, like, you know, soup kitchen, shovel snow, that's, you know, Boy Scouts do that. What kind of, like, unique stuff? Because I see you posting crazy shit.
Yeah. Well, we got a chance to paint a mural a couple weeks ago that's actually... I don't know if I told you about this. It's, you know where the Spirit of Detroit is?
Yes.
It's on the ground right in front of it.
Holy shit.
I mean, like, right there. And it's a map of Detroit. It's sort of artistically done, so it's not like you can look at the map and be like, oh, there's that. You know, it's just like colors and shapes and stuff. But it looks really cool. And that was through a community partner that we got to work on that.
That's fucking awesome.
Which was really, really cool. I mean, we've done, like, random stuff, like safe trick-or-treating nights for kids and stuff like that.
Because that, I mean, you and I fucking trick-or-treated as children in the suburbs of Detroit. We were right in the epicenter. It was during the years we were trick-or-treating where people were freaking out about fucking razor blades in the Reese's and shit like that.
Yeah, which is
like,
why
that
Dad
was,
checked all our candy.
Yeah, every single year when we were done trick-or-treating, our parents had to open every single fucking piece of candy and check it before, and they checked all the wrappers for little puncture holes every fucking year that they would do that. Yeah. So that's pretty cool that you're doing that.
Yeah.
Even though, for the record, that's more myth than reality. There was only ever like one or two cases of that ever, and it was like the kid's uncle that did it to him on purpose or some shit. Yeah.
Where's the uncle?
It's actually like way more played up in the media than it needs to be.
Well, of course, but no, yeah. What we did for like there was this pumpkin event. You know, it was just like a fall Halloween thing for kids. So we like hosted carnival like games and stuff like that. Stuff like that we get to do. We go to a senior center really often, so we play bingo. It's cool to watch teenagers play bingo and, like, pool and stuff like that with old folks, because a lot of the times the old people just lay down truth. They'll be like, no, what the fuck are you doing? And, like, or try to, like, place bets on the pool games.
Oh my God.
It's really fun to watch. Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. I'm gonna have to hop on and see some pictures of this fucking mural.
It's so cool.
How long is it there for?
I think it's there.
It's just there now? Holy
yeah.
shit.
They actually, whatever building was next to us, I forgot, they set up a camera in it and did, like, a time-lapse video.
No
because we
way.
painted it all in 4 hours.
What?
Well, they had, like, you know that painter's tape? They laid all of that out, and then it was kind of like a paint by color.
So you just kind of filled in the blanks with this color,
you know to put purple here and red here. So it was really easy to do because they did all that pre-work. But what was cool about it was, like, we also, you know, there's people walking around. It's downtown. It's right downtown. So there's just people walking around, and they're looking over, like, what's going on there?
Oh, yeah.
And we brought people in that were just walking by, and we're like, hey, do you want to paint, like, some red over here in this corner? And you want to paint some yellow? So it was really done by whoever was downtown that day.
That's fucking awesome.
Which is cool. We had some, like, kids in there.
That's awesome.
Shit. Actually, the guy I gave my paintbrush to was a painter.
Well,
he was like, yeah, I'm a painter. I'm like, well, I'm just going to hand this over to you then.
Yeah. Do your job.
You do it here for free. Yeah.
Holy shit. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, with BuildOn, what was the first travel thing that you did?
Yeah, so all my work is in the U.S., but then occasionally I get to do some of our global work, and everything we do abroad is building schools.
Really?
Yeah, so we're in 7 different countries, and we build schools in all of those countries. So my first trip was last summer to Malawi. I was in a village called Camp Silo, and it was amazing.
Malawi?
Malawi.
That's right. Yeah, I remember you going to Malawi. Yeah, you met some cool people. Real cool people.
It was like part of the time I felt like it was in a musical, because we would be working, you know, shoveling or carrying sand or whatever else we had to do. And I swear every half an hour, like, if I looked at my clock, every half an hour, someone would just start singing a song. Like, didn't matter what it was. It was just like, and then everyone would stop working and start singing and dancing, like mosh pit style. And I swear this happened almost every 30 minutes.
That is a musical.
And I was
you
like,
were living in a musical.
I think I belong here.
Oh my God.
This is perfect.
That's awesome.
It was great.
Did you, any crazy diseases on that one?
No, thank luckily. God. Actually, no one got sick on that trip.
That's good.
Which was incredible.
What's the thing you want to really fucking watch out for? You get a shot for malaria, right?
Yeah.
You gotta get the malaria, but even the malaria shot can fuck you up.
Okay, well, the malaria pills fuck you up.
Oh,
because,
yeah, the pills, yeah.
So the one I was on last year, some of the side effects are you can get really, like, vivid dreams, really bad nightmares, and even hallucinations.
Oh,
that's how messed up
Jesus.
this stuff is. And you take it before you go, and then when you get home. So total time, you're taking it for almost 2 months. And I remember the one I took last year, and I remember getting terrible nightmares. So I switched to a different one when I went to Senegal this year, and I still get terrible nightmares.
Oh my God.
I had a dream that I looked down at my ankle, and I had some kind of flesh-eating bacteria, and I could see the bone in my foot.
Jesus Christ.
And in my dream, I was even like, what the fuck? But I didn't know I was dreaming, so here I was, just ankle out. I had another one that I was in and it's so vivid, I can't even explain it to you. I was in a school hallway, and I was in a rolly chair, and it was just this long hallway, and there was a squirrel at the end of the hallway, and me in the rolly chair, and I see the squirrels starting to come to me, and so I start rolling away slowly, and then out of nowhere, the squirrel speeds up, and it's like, psh, and it gets really close to me, so I start freaking out, and I start rolling, and then I look down, and the squirrel had gone underneath the wheels on the rolly chair, and there was just bits of dead squirrel, like I had run it over. Just like chunks of blood and squirrel. Context for this story is I don't like squirrels. But it was scary. I was like, I just killed this fucking squirrel.
Holy shit.
On a rolly chair. I woke up different from that dream. I woke up different. It was terrifying.
Different.
I
This
did.
one changed me.
It really did. It's off. I had, this is my last one that I can remember. I was standing in a parking lot trying to get to my car, and the wind started blowing so hard I couldn't move. And I was just like flailing arms around like, how do I get out? I could barely talk because it's so windy, so I was like, how? And I woke up just like, I couldn't even hardly do any work that day because I was so messed up from that wind dream. Yeah.
That wind dream.
Don't, yeah. Me. Drugs, folks. These are things to consider.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It doesn't sound that scary like wind, but if you've ever been in extreme wind,
I get it.
It's petrifying.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. So it gives you fucked up nightmares. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. That's the weird thing is like I don't ever like remember my dreams or anything at all. Every once in a while, like rarely, I'll remember like a brief second for like an hour after I wake up, and then it's gone. But yeah, I don't have.
Consider yourself lucky.
I do, because people tell me these things about
because you don't feel rested
nightmares
when you wake up from a nightmare.
Yeah.
You just feel exhausted.
Oh yeah. I mean, I remember having when I was little. I had a couple nightmares. I think it might be because I fell asleep watching The Office every night, and I just have happy dreams probably.
Yeah, that's a good strategy.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So okay. So Senegal.
Yeah.
That's where you just were, right?
Yes.
Got back. What is today?
Just this weekend.
Today's Monday,
back.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got back Saturday.
Saturday night. Yeah.
So 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
How long were you there?
We were there 10 days.
Were you actually there 10 days? Because I know you had some flight issues.
Yeah. We got it extended on the back end.
Oh, okay.
So
cool.
we were able to stay the full amount of time, which was good.
So what were you? So in Maui and now Senegal. So then you had a hand in building 2 schools. Yeah. All right.
Which is, it's really cool, actually.
What are we talking, like a schoolhouse? What kind of school?
We're working on the construction of a school. So it's not like a high school like you would probably think of with a bunch of floors and a bunch of classrooms. It's usually like a two classroom building.
Oh, okay.
But compared to the schools that they normally are working with in these villages that are just made out of like whatever kind of materials they can. Usually it's like stick structures with leaves on top and stuff.
Clay. And
where we were in Senegal, it's so dry that it gets so dusty, and like when it gets windy, the dust just blows. And one of the women was telling us that she's so thankful for the school because now her kids were getting sick because of all the dust they were inhaling while they were in the school. So just having the building structure. We also build the latrine.
What do you build it out of?
The toilet. We hand make all the bricks.
You brick, okay.
Yeah, so bricks mostly, and then like cement and sand and rebar.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
That's hardcore construction.
Yeah.
I've never made a brick before. That's pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they don't call me a mason for nothing.
Do they call you that?
They don't.
No. Okay.
I made one brick and I was like, this is not for me. I'll see you shoveling. Yeah, I was not good at it. But it was fun. It was fun.
So, did you get any crazy diseases?
No, not this time. Everyone got diarrhea in some fashion.
Any like water? They all drink the same shitty water? Or
well, we bring in our own water. So we weren't drinking any of the water from the village. We were drinking like jugs of bottled water that we brought in. So I'm not sure what happened, but
probably some of the food.
It's just one of those things. And sometimes even if you like eat a different spice, that you're not used to. It can be anything like that.
Oh yeah.
If you didn't wash your hands enough, it could be whatever.
Yeah, sure.
But everyone got diarrhea, so we all got very personal talking about our bowel movements. We had a girl, poor girl, that literally was throwing up while shitting her pants simultaneously. And has that ever happened to you?
It's never happened to me.
That can only be a humbling experience. Like, that's never happened to me, but that's no control.
Oh, yeah.
You have no control.
Nope. Not at all. And you not only do not have control, there are things actively trying to get out of you.
Yeah.
And you don't have any control over it. Yeah,
you can't stop that train.
The worst kind of sick I ever got was back when they fucking, when they had me try an Ambien. Yeah, for anybody who doubt, like, I don't know.
Ambien's like the sleeping thing?
Yeah, help you sleep. I'm gonna tell you something.
Oh boy.
That shit is the hardest drug I have ever taken in my life. Like, nothing else is like Ambien, alright? I was under the impression a sleeping pill made you tired and want to go to sleep. That's what I thought the process was. This is not the case, and no one ever told me otherwise. You just take it, and it never makes you tired. It kind of helps a little bit if you try to lay down and fall asleep, but that's it. So
is that like a you reaction, or is that like...
It's, as far as I can...
Some people don't... Any kind of sleeping thing doesn't work on them.
Maybe it is a me. I've talked to other people about it. They say that they're like, oh yeah, no, you have to like try to go to sleep. It doesn't make you tired. So I would take it and forget that I took it. Literally.
Oh no!
Like I'd take it. I'd be sitting there like, all right, well it's about like 8:30. It's probably gonna take an hour or two to kick in. I probably want to fall asleep on then, so I'll take it at 8:30. Hour or two will go by. Forget I took it. Invite Jordan over. He'll bring a fifth of whiskey. And we'll finish it.
No.
And I did this almost like multiple times a week for over a month straight.
Do you ever hear the cries of your liver?
Not really realizing what I was doing. Yeah. And that, like, every single time I did it, the next day, the most horrifying, violent pain, like, cannot... You are vomiting nonstop for at least 12 straight hours. Every half hour, I could count it. I was able to count on 30 minutes, I'm going to throw up again. I was able to count on it. Like, if I had a sip of water, it got to the point where there's nothing in me. You're just throwing up green bile shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was fucking literally intense poisoning I was essentially doing to myself without fully realizing. Because Ambien's a roofie drug. Ambien erases your memory. So every single one of these nights...
that you don't remember.
Every one of these nights I was forgetting.
Wait, why did they create this?
Oh, yeah. That's
terrible.
It is fucked. Kevin James, I think, on Joe Rogan podcast, he talks about it. Fucking took some Ambien, went to sleep, woke up, went to the store, bought ingredients, came home, cooked himself a turkey dinner, stuffing, mashed potatoes, everything, ate it, went back to sleep, woke up the next morning, looked in his kitchen, and called the cops. Because he thought someone had broken into his house and cooked food. He drove a car. Not awake. That's what this shit does.
Why is it so strong?
No idea, because I was on a low dose. This is not even strong. They give this to everybody. They dole this shit out.
For insomnia?
Yeah.
Is like the main...
Yeah. This will help you sleep. Here you go. No, it won't. It will erase your fucking memory. Katie, I fucking... One time, I was living at Mom and Dad's old house. Did this happen one night. And apparently... me and Jordan were smoking a cigarette out front. Somebody was walking down the street. No. So we started talking.
No.
I invited this person into our house.
No!
And drank with them in our living room.
Wait, does Jordan remember this?
Jordan remembers everything. Okay, Jordan couldn't believe it was happening.
This is how you're getting the information.
Yeah. Jordan's like, do you remember inviting that guy into your house last night? I was like, what fucking guy? Like, yeah.
Those of you that don't know, my brother isn't the most... He's not the type of person that would invite a stranger into his home.
Nope.
Ever.
Nope. Like, holy shit.
Wow.
So, yeah. Ambient's a real fucking thing. I'm never, ever going to take that stuff again. I hate that
spooky.
Shit. It is scary. So, that's definitely the worst kind of sick diarrhea throw up I've ever had was from Ambien. Definitely.
That's too much.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what kind of, like, last time you went to fucking, I'm trying to keep these straight. Malawi. Mm-hmm. Last time you went to fucking Malawi, you had a real, like you said, you were like in a musical, you had a really good experience and all that stuff. And I remember you telling me about like some specific people that you met and stuff like that really like had an impact on you and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Any experiences like that with individuals this time?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, nice.
So this time I was in Senegal in the Fatick region in a village called Lusab. I'm probably not saying that exactly right. But, I mean, anytime you go abroad, you meet people that you wouldn't have met before, right? Like, you just find people, and I think because when we go, we stay with host families, so we're not, like, staying in a hotel or anything, we're actually staying with people. You have to interact with them. You don't have a choice. You're staying with them.
Live in their fucking house.
Right. So, sometimes it's awkward the first day. They don't speak English. I don't speak their language. But you start to figure it out. We also bring two translators.
Probably utilizing a lot of nonverbal communication.
Lots of nonverbal. Do you know something about that?
We haven't done a podcast about it yet, but we will.
Should.
Oh, we will. It's happening. It's going.
Yeah, so in particular, there was one young girl that I really hit it off with. Her name was Marie Pierre, and she was 14, and I was just working on the work site, like taking a bucket of sand or something, and I hear someone say, "How are you?" And so I look around like, who the fuck is speaking English? Because most people aren't. They're speaking Syriac or Wolof.
What are the two languages?
Syriac and Wolof.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I look back, and it's this girl, and she's just, like, sitting there. She said, "How are you?" And I was like, "I'm good, how are you?" And she was like, "Fine." Because that's probably all she knew is, like, the basic greeting. So then I just, like, I kept going out of my way to find her, and it was cool to watch her because she turned into a real workhorse. So anytime I wasn't working, she would, like, snap her fingers and just point at me, like, "Get back to work, bitch,"
Damn.
If I didn't have a shovel in my hand, she'd find me one and shove it in my hand and be like, "Let's go." If someone put too much sand in her wheelbarrow that she couldn't haul it, she would stare them in the eyes while she dumped it out and then take it back.
Christ.
Like, she was a real intense kind of girl. But I liked it because one of the things we always run into wherever we go to build these schools is I would say a more obvious gender divide than we have here. So there are tasks that men don't do and women don't do, and that's culturally how it's just come about. Mm-hmm. So to see, especially a young woman, be so assertive and like actually telling people what to do and doing the work that typically men were doing, like the shoveling and stuff, was cool to watch. So I would, like, every time I saw her on the work site, I would, like, run around, you know how I am, and I would, like, hug her and be like, "Oh my god, hi!" She hated it. It was really embarrassing. But it was cool. We started hanging out. She braided my hair one day, which I think is, like, a girl's way of saying that we're friends. Yeah. She said she loved me one day. She said, "I love you," in English. I, like, 60-40 on whether or not she knew what that meant. Mm-hmm. But I'm still gonna count it, round up. But yeah, she was really special. She was a special girl. That's She's the kind of person that, like, so when we go to build the school, you assume everyone, like, all the kids there are going to use it, but, like, with her, I could see her. I could see her in the classroom, and I could see her, like, actually utilizing it, and being successful. So that was cool.
What is the crazy, and all these fucking adventures you've been in so many countries, what's, like, the craziest animal you've ever seen?
Craziest animal?
In the wild.
In the wild. Oh. I mean, I would say that I haven't seen, like, an obscene amount of wild animals.
Not even in these villages?
The villages we stay in are farming villages, so there's, like, goats everywhere.
Yeah, they don't got, like, snakes? Or, like, a monkey or something?
There's no monkeys there. No, it's, like, goats, pigs, donkeys.
Cheetah?
No cheetahs, believe it or not. Not the farming feline you might think it to be.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I've never seen anything like that.
They could farm really fast.
Would they, though? They can also kill you really fast.
Yeah, they can.
So, no farm for you.
Wow. So you haven't seen it? That's, alright. Alright. What,
I saw a penguin in New Zealand.
That's pretty exotic. In the wild?
I don't think that wasn't in the wild, though.
Seeing one of those in the wild would be...
Oh! We saw a sea walrus.
Oh, shit.
In New Zealand, and it was on the sand, and we actually got, like, way closer to it than we probably should have. It it was just chilling.
Fuck yeah. That's cool.
We were taking pictures. Yeah. That was cool. I forgot about that. Massive creature.
Out of all the places you've been so far, what's your favorite?
There is no favorite.
Which one do you want to go back to the most?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, off the top of my head, my first thought was Peru.
Ooh.
I loved it.
Oh my god, that's the other place I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah.
You went to fucking Peru. When did you do that? Earlier this year?
That was last year.
Last summer?
Last November.
Okay, yeah, I feel like it was pretty close. Oh yeah, that's right.
Everyone was
You didn't just go to Peru though. You went somewhere I even want to go.
You should go.
Like
let's get you a ticket right now.
You went to fucking Machu Picchu.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whoa, what the fuck was that?
The most, hands down, the most spiritual experience of my life. Like, we got there at sunrise, we get up there, we see all the light coming in from the clouds, and you're at the top of the fucking world. And it's just like, in that moment, I was like, this is one of the most beautiful things I will ever see in my life. It was insane. Let's get you a ticket.
Like,
yeah.
What, man, because there's so much mystery still surrounding that place.
Yeah.
Did they address any of that at all? Did you talk to any tour guides or anything?
Yeah, we did talk to a tour guide. To be honest, I don't remember a ton from the tour because I was so caught up in, like, just looking at everything and seeing it all and, like, being there. He was giving us great information, which, looking back, I should have paid better attention. But it was hard to because it was so fucking cool just to look around.
Well, I'll have to send you some Joe Rogans because there's one guest that he has on pretty regularly called Graham Hancock, and I think everybody should go listen to those podcast episodes. Any podcast with him, especially ones with Joe Rogan, because he lets him get into it. But he basically, his whole thing is going against the grain in terms of what modern current archaeology suggests in terms of, in the context of how long humans have been intelligent enough. You know, we say it's been around 20,000 years that this current evolution of mankind has been around, and we've been doing all these things and all that.
Right.
And all he says is, no, push that back. That's his big controversial theory. Like, come on.
Oh no.
And what that effectively does is erases any need for any kind of ancient alien theory to say that aliens had anything to do with any Machu Picchu or the pyramids. No, humans were just that good that long ago. We just don't realize it yet.
Yeah.
Like, it's all done by people. And especially after I saw this fucking thing, I've talked about it before, but on the Sci-Fi Channel a long time ago, there was this, like, Fact or Faked show, I think it was called, or something like that. They literally went to Lapeer, Michigan. Lapeer fucking Michigan. And this guy had a bunch of big, giant logs and ropes, pulley system, and hooked up to a fucking Egyptian-ass pyramid-sized brick, and he was able to push it with, like, one hand.
Whoa.
Just from having it on this pulley system. So it's like, oh, well, that's how they did it.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's how they did it. You know what I'm saying?
Humans are highly adaptive.
Yeah.
So I don't really buy that, like, we weren't smart enough or whatever.
However, that does not erase any mystery from Machu Picchu. Because, and you might be able to correct me on this, but I think according to those podcasts, if I remember right, something in the neighborhood of only like 10 to 20% of Machu Picchu has even been explored and uncovered.
Yeah, it was definitely less than 30%.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What is out there?
Hold your hats.
What is out there? Holy fuck, if what you saw is like less than fucking 40%?
Right.
How big was it, what you saw?
Oh, massive.
Massive.
Yeah. Huge. Absolutely.
Did you climb to the top of any of the pyramid structures? Because they don't really have like traditional pyramids, but they have like those structures that look a lot like pyramids, right? Or do they call them pyramids? I don't know.
I don't think they call them pyramids, but there was a lot of places we couldn't go.
There's wood that you can, though. You can go up to the top. Did you?
Yeah, we went up.
Okay.
We went up wherever we could.
Nice.
A lot
like
of
those fucking stairs that are just on the side.
Yeah.
Are those like super steep?
Yeah.
Oh.
The altitude is real. But a lot of it is blocked off. I think probably more than previously because there are so many tourists that it's starting to ruin it. They're cutting.
I have heard about that.
That's why we went. Like, Sahar and I have always wanted to go, and we just talked about it. Like, oh, we'll go there someday. And then we heard about them cutting back on the number of tourists they were allowing per day because there's so many people that are there that it's ruining it. So we're like, fuck it, let's just go.
It's this weird, fucked up imbalance they have going on down there right now, where it's obviously a gigantic tourist attraction, and like we just said, less than 50% of it has been uncovered. No one's down there working on it. No one is down there uncovering anymore. As far as I know, there are no teams down there exploring any of it. Nobody's down there keeping anything restored or keeping everything the way it needs to be kept.
I think people are keeping it maintained.
Okay, so there are maintainers.
Like, we saw people working while we were there.
That's
on
legit.
Something.
Alright.
It could have just been the paths that
Yeah.
we walk as tourists, but there was some maintenance there.
Okay.
And there were llamas there. So they were probably working on it too.
The llamas help.
Or alpacas too.
That's fucking cool. Holy shit.
I mean, you should go. I don't know why we're even sitting here talking. You should be on a plane right now.
Yeah.
It's so amazing.
Well, I think I need to get... I think the next one I need to talk to now is Grace. Because she just got back from Stonehenge. Mm-hmm. Another location I need to visit.
That's so cool.
So, god damn, that's fucking awesome. So fucking cool. Fuck. I do want to see Machu Picchu. It looked really pretty from your pictures.
I mean, it was amazing. What's funny, though, is that I don't, I've traveled a lot. You haven't traveled as much as I have. Grace is sort of into it, but, I was talking to Mom the other day, thinking back at when I was little, and she sent me to a Girl Scout camp. It was only 5 days. But this was before cell phones and all of that. Oh. And I hated it. I hated being away from home. I got so homesick that I wrote her a postcard in the mail saying, "Hey, Mom, everything's fine, but come pick me up immediately from camp." And it didn't get to her until a week later, right? Because
I remember when Grandma and Grandpa tried to take you and Chelsea on a trip. And you were a nightmare.
And I hated it. I hated being away from home. I hate it. So I'm trying to think of,
weird.
It was weird. It was really weird.
I got homesick when I was, first started in the Boy Scouts and first got sent off to a couple camps, but after a couple, a day or two in, I was just fine, and after a year or two of that, I was fine, and I was 13, 14 years old, so I was good about it pretty early.
So is it just an age thing then? When did, I don't know when it switched, because when I went to France in high school, I was ready to move there. I was this is no big deal.
I don't know.
But
I think it, I think it is an age thing, because it's kind of weird you say that. I was thinking about something earlier, where, I feel when I look back, I feel there are almost moments I can point to where it's a part of my brain for the first time in my life lit up. And it's not necessarily just an epiphany style realization, but a complete, a different understanding of something. Oh, this is why this happens kind of thing. Yeah. And it's just a way of life that just kind of clicks in at a certain time. Mm-hmm. And it's definitely, I'm sure, influenced by outside things, but I was thinking about that earlier. So yeah, I think it could just be something that with you probably just eventually fucking clicked.
Yeah. I wonder what my life would be like had that not happened. A lot of my career choices have been based around the ability to travel.
Really?
I mean, Americor was all travel.
Well, yeah, but...
Which is why I wanted to do it. There's other programs that you could just stay in one place, but I picked that one because I got to go a bunch of places.
Alright.
And I picked BuildOn for the opportunity to go abroad. I mean, that wasn't the only reason, but that was a big reason. You're doing some
cool-ass shit in Detroit. Fucking real cool.
Yeah. It's fun, too. And it's cool. It's cool for me to be in Detroit because I don't know if you've talked about this before, but that's where our families are from.
Oh, yeah.
That's where they live, so it's kind of cool.
Lots of them are still down there.
I don't think, my grandma's necessarily happy that I live in Mexican Town, but it's cool for me to make that connection.
She also doesn't. I wouldn't be cool with it either if I didn't know what it was right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's true. Her
concept of it is way even worse than mine.
Is still the same as when she was there.
And she was our grandmother was right in the heart of downtown of Detroit, the city, during the 60s. Yeah, during the 60s riots. So she her concept, she watched that city burn.
Right.
Like, the first time.
And I can only imagine how hard it is to get that image out of your head.
Yeah.
Like, once you've seen that, you can't unsee it. But, yeah, it is so different.
Yeah,
I mean, there's still things going on. Let's not.
Definitely. You're around the fucking corner from Hotel Yorba that you told me was human trafficking.
Yeah, there's a lot of human trafficking in Detroit.
Yeah. Fucked. But yeah, we still do have a lot of fucking family down there. I mean, shit.
Yeah, in the suburbs, though, and...
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
that is different.
Do you know where Uncle Jason lives? I think he lives real close. Not still?
I think so.
Oh, I thought
or
he lived
Hazel
closer.
Park.
I thought he lived closer to the city than that for some reason. He said he's right off of 75.
Maybe he's in Hazel.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What about bugs? See any cool bugs over there?
Actually, we saw a scorpion one day.
You saw a wild scorpion.
So we were all sitting. We were at a family's house, just all sitting on the ground chatting, and one of the other staff people jumps up and starts screaming and freaking out. She's like, "What the fuck is that? Oh my fuck, shit!" And this one of the guys that lives there, very casually, comes up with a stick, stabs it, and then. So one of their customs is, like, you leave it dead on the stick, and he, like, hung it on their fence.
Goddamn right, gotta let the rest of the scorpions know.
The other scorpions
fucking
not
right.
to fuck with them.
When I kill a spider, I leave its body, so the other spiders know not to fuck around.
I don't think that's normal.
It works. Shut the fuck up.
Have you ever talked about moths on this podcast?
Shut the fuck up. Fuck you and your moths.
Terrified of moths. I have a vivid ass memory.
I'm not terrified of
Let me
moths.
just tell this one story.
Oh my God.
Being in a car with you. You were driving. I was in the passenger seat. And somehow a moth got in the car. And never have I feared for my life more than you behind the wheel. Like, fuck this fucking moth. Freaking out.
It was the size of a small bird.
Let's talk about how it wasn't. It was the size of a small moth.
Hey, I'm excited.
Also a small bird? A small bird? That's our standard? Goodness gracious.
Hey. I'm going to see Mothra in theaters next year in 3D. Okay?
Wow.
Mothra, the biggest moth.
In 3D, you're gonna see that?
Oh, if they release it in 3D, I'm sure they will.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
You haven't even watched the trailer yet, have you?
No.
It's Godzilla, Ghidorah, Rodan, and Mothra. You gotta keep in mind, from my perspective.
Do come true.
Yes. What? We live in this world, Katie. Are you kidding me? Like, you gotta keep in mind, the only time I've ever seen, besides Godzilla, the only time I've ever seen any of them are dudes in rubber suits. You know what I mean? They've never gotten this kind of movie treatment, ever.
Dudes in rubber suits.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is gonna be better. When's that coming out?
May, next year.
It's coming.
I just got a reason to live, right?
Wow. His reason to live, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, the real reason is because in 2020 they're releasing King Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah. Your reasons to live are very specific.
Yep. You usually have to do that.
And entertainment based. Oh, man. So, other than Machu Picchu, if you were handed a ticket and you could go anywhere, where would you go? Because you haven't been abroad.
Do I get to pick anything, including the time that I'm going? Or, like, I'm handed a ticket right now and I have to go?
What do you mean time? Like, you can't go back in time?
No.
Oh, you mean time of year?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I can pick time of year?
Yeah.
Germany next summer.
Oh.
Wacken.
Oh.
Biggest heavy metal concert on Earth.
Okay.
And it's the Mecca. And I have to go there one day.
Why don't you go?
Me and Preston actually talked about it, and I'd really like to go, but by the time I'm 30, so
I think you should do
next
it.
2 years. Oh yeah, I'm going. I will be at Vakken one day.
Good.
There's no question. I also do want to do there's a cruise. There's a heavy metal cruise that I want to do.
That exists?
Yeah, where all these fucking bands are on the cruise boat with you all week and like play shows.
I just imagine seeing that cruise boat go by and all you see is just hair flopping everywhere. Just a hairy boat. That would be something to see.
Awesome.
Where does it go?
I know it leaves from Florida, so probably like around
Caribbean
the Caribbean area, yeah, something like that.
I get seasick.
Really?
The cruise thing has never appealed to me.
Cruises never appealed to me, but once I did the sailboat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's the farthest abroad I've ever
That's a cool thing that you did.
Technically, I was in the Caribbean at a certain point. Yeah, because I was on a sailboat for a week straight. We couldn't see land most of the time.
Did you ever feel like at any point you were a pirate?
The whole time,
That's
Katie. I feel like I'm a pirate every day, but on that boat, I was a pirate.
The pirate's life is the life.
Oh my god, we were catching
I
caught a fucking 5-foot-long barracuda off the side of the boat. We were fucking catching lobsters and
You caught a barracuda?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. I remember you had a video or someone took a video or something.
There's a video of it.
Yeah, that was a cool... Have you ever wanted to do something like that again?
Oh, yeah. I definitely want to do that. That'd be fucking... That'd be real cool. I'd like to, I'd like to do it on, my own boat, but...
I'm on a boat.
But, man, yeah, that was a hell of an experience. I remember one moment we were out, couldn't see any land, and every night a different person had to, stay up, all night to make sure we didn't, run into anything.
That is so pirate.
Yeah. And one night it was me, and do you remember Luke?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was me, and we used to call him Fence, because he ran into a fence while we were skiing one time.
Yeah, that nickname really stuck.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
So me and Fence were up, and all around us, 360 degrees. We're in the middle of the water, can't see anything, but the water's real calm. And all around us, 360 degrees, I see lightning going off. And right above us, I can see the stars. It was fucking crazy. It was real crazy. I was like, holy shit. Yeah, nighttime on the sea is when you got the stars and the moonlight is so fucking cool.
That's cool.
Oh,
I don't think I can handle that, though.
It was a lot of fun. We swam with sharks.
That's cool.
Yeah. Scuba diving is fucking awesome, for sure.
Yeah, you had to get trained and certified and all that jazz.
Certified.
Does that last? Are you still certified?
I don't know. I think I have to. I know I'd have to renew it, but I don't know what it requires to renew. So, yeah. I had a crazy bug story.
Let's hear it.
Bug crawled in my ear the other night.
What kind?
No idea.
Where were you?
Here.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Did you get it out?
I don't really know.
Oh my god!
It's
in your brain!
But no. But it fucking... I looked online what to do, and it said, if you think it's alive, then just put a couple drops of vegetable oil in your ear.
What? That cannot be the solution to feed it.
It suffocates it.
Oh.
And so I put some vegetable oil in my ear, and...
Did you feel it happening?
Yeah. It was horrifying.
I want to say it was actually might have been this morning. I had we get fruit flies in our kitchen, and I had a fly that was circling my ear, and the terror that I felt, I just started batting my head side to side help.
No, it's actually kind of funny because what you're supposed to do to get it out is headbang.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
It was just banging.
I was
I
shake
just your head, but back and forth. I was like, it wants me to headbang.
Back and forth. Okay. Yeah, I was doing more of a side to side. It did.
You don't really want to do side to side. You want to do that to dislodge it. Yeah.
But that is an alarming way to start your morning.
Oh yeah, it was pretty bad. I did not enjoy that day at all.
So, the vegetable oil?
Yeah.
It just dies in there then?
I think.
Where does it go in your ear canal or something?
I don't know.
So it's in you.
It might be. It might have came out. I don't know.
You can live with this kind of uncertainty regarding...
It doesn't bother me. I haven't lost any hearing. I don't feel anything.
It doesn't bother you, the thought?
Well, I have some, I got some, an earwax removal kit. So I'll probably try that.
I'm feeling stressed.
I don't think it's in there anymore.
I'm still on the malaria pills, so I'm probably gonna have vivid nightmares about this tonight. There's gonna be shit crawling in my ears, eating my brains, and you are to blame.
You're gonna have shit in your ears?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to bed tonight anymore, because it'll be terrifying. Wow. Okay.
Oh, that's hysterical.
Great.
No, but, well, if it's of any consolation, I mean, I looked it up and it was like, it's really, like, it.
I'm sure it happens, honestly.
No. I mean, I don't know how common it is or whatever, but they're like, there's not a lot to worry about. You're most likely fine. Like, it's way more, it sounds worse than it is.
I need to stop visualizing.
But I thought it was pretty fucking metal. I was like, oh, I got a headbang to get it out.
That's metal. That is metal. That's so you.
I think it did come out though, honestly. So.
Well, I hope so.
But so that's my bug story.
Yeah, Bug's life.
Bug's life.
Your life. Oh, my nightmare. Literally. Help! Get me out of here.
Oh God.
This is a bug on your mouse pad.
No, it's a bee.
Oh.
Bees don't count.
You know, we should talk about bees.
Why?
Because they're having a hard time.
They have been ever since I had a Gmail account. Some fucking.
Ever since the dawn of Gmail.
No, literally, ever since like the dawn of Gmail, fucking. There's some email thing called Some of Us that always emails me about, and I never read it, but the subject line is always "Save the bees! The bees are dying."
Wait, how did you get on that list, sir?
No idea. Must have been something from the dawn of Gmail.
The dawn of... I never got those.
Yeah, no, I know the bees are having a hard time. It sucks.
Yeah, they are.
Sucks. Bad.
Yeah.
Is that all you wanted to say about it? Was that they're having a hard time?
I don't know. I just felt like it should be mentioned.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, you said bees. I feel like we should acknowledge their fatality.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are having a rough go of it.
It's actually a lot of work being done in Detroit around bees.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. People are turning vacant lots into beehives.
Shut up.
Oh, yeah, this is really a thing.
That's dope, though. That's fucking a really good thing.
It's great, because if Detroit has anything, it's space.
Yep.
And quite a bit of it is unoccupied.
Yep.
So, it's a really cool way to use it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, there's a couple, the heavy metal guys that I have listened to on podcasts and stuff that are beekeepers. They started their own little bee thing. And it's fucking, I mean, I don't like to drink coffee anymore because it messes my stomach up. So I drink the fucking tea, and I always put a little bit of honey in it.
That's supposed to be really good for you, too. Local honey. It's good for your
I get it from Horrocks, the farmer's market.
Ooh la la.
Comes in a mason jar.
Is there such thing as light metal in contrast to heavy metal?
That would probably just be rock.
But wouldn't that just be rock?
Yeah. There's no light metal.
So no.
No. It's just there's heavy metal and rock.
That's just a thought that occurred to me. Yeah.
It's a good thought. Good question.
Thank you.
It's a good question. I've been, it's the whole dividing of the genres. It's, it's something that we have fun with and we like to do, but it's all just metal.
Really.
Get over yourself.
The segregation.
We're all family here.
I like that. I don't think I've ever heard you say anything.
Are you kidding me?
Like that.
Heavy metal, that's the reason why I like it. It's a giant fucking...
Well, I just sort of took that and related it to us being family just now.
Well, yeah.
And I felt love.
Yeah, well, you should.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's nice. You and I didn't always get along.
You should know. No, I did not. You should come to one of the concerts with me. I got some what would probably be considered now the lighter side of metal concerts coming up. I'm going to see
light metal.
In end of August, if you want to come with me to Sterling Heights, I think I'm going to all these alone as of right now too, is Judas Priest and Deep Purple. That'd be fun.
I've never seen saw Evanescence.
Are they good live?
They were.
They're like sort of metalers.
They slowed down a lot of their songs though. And I was like...
Slowed them down live?
Yeah.
It's usually the opposite.
Yeah. I was like...
Because when I saw Linkin Park live, I was like, holy fuck, why don't they play it like this on the radio? Because it was heavy as shit.
Yeah, they took an opposite approach that I didn't really like it that much. I wish they had just done it as is.
But you should definitely come with me to the Ozzy concert.
See,
Ozzy Osbourne!
The thing is that I like to go to bed early.
He's the Prince of Darkness, Katie. You think he can play during the daylight? He's the Prince of fucking Darkness.
He's the Prince. Lost in the dark, you know what I mean?
That's right. Lost in Ozzy. I'm just lost in Ozzy.
Wait, he's coming where?
DT. Pine Knob.
I think I knew that.
September 8th.
That's where I saw
like
Evanescence.
Oh, yeah. I think it's like September 8th or something like that. I was there last month, saw Poison. Really, really good show. Really good. But I really wanted to go to something before September. I wanted to go to DT in the middle of the summer, but as it turns out, it's just the beginning and end. I want to go to that place so much more. I love it there.
How do you like DT as a venue?
Like, lately, well, this last time I went, it got a lot better. It used to have some problems because the sound wasn't loud enough. There were concerts that I went to where I was on the front row of the lawn, and I could talk to you next to me just in this normal voice while the main band is fucking playing. That's an issue. That's a problem. This last time, that was not the case. The sound started... I think they got a whole new sound system in there. And... Yeah, no, I've always loved that place.
Do you always sit on the lawn?
Usually.
That's all.
9 times out of 10. That's where the party's at.
Yeah, it's more fun.
The thing about it is, it's the best place to see if there's ever any touring festivals where there's a whole bunch of bands and stuff like that. That's the best place to do it because you get all the main DT, and then out front where you walk up in line to get in line and do the tickets and all that stuff, the main gate. Yeah. That whole area, they put 2 stages in that parking lot. And that's just all fucking people watching shows at the 2 other stages. And the DT parking lot stages are the best.
Is that why they have... Because the parking there is not good.
No, it's on the lawn. You park in grass, yeah.
No, that's fine, but I think, like... I don't go to a lot of concerts. Maybe it's always like this. But the getting out after the show, easily 45 minutes.
That's normal.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're going to, like, a real small concert, like, at a little place in Detroit, like St. Andrews Hall, the Majestic Theater, or Harpo's, then you don't have that issue. But any big place like that, 45 minutes at least to get out, usually, yeah.
But I didn't know they did stages in the
parking lot. Yep.
That's cool.
Oh my god, so fucking... There have been shows I've seen that entire parking, because the first year when we went to Ozfest 2007, fucking there was only 1 stage in the parking lot. So I saw that from side to side to side to side, the whole thing turned into just like 5 massive pits, and they all came to... Oh my god, it was fucking... It was during Hatebreed. It was fucking insane.
Hatebreed. That's what it's called.
Fucking one of the best. Are you kidding me? They have they filmed their live DVD called Live Dominance at Harpo's in Detroit. They had the date. They had $5 tickets to sell the place out, and but then they had to reschedule. So they sold the place out. Me and all my friends had our tickets. Yeah. Sold it out, rescheduled, and then sold more tickets. Whoa. Over capacity. And on that fucking DVD, there are multiple times in the DVD where the camera literally just zooms in on me in the crowd.
What?
Like, zooms in right on me. It's fucking hilarious. I'm just fucking
so
going
you are
crazy.
The face of Hatebreed.
No, the camera zoomed in on the live DVD because I was in the crowd. I'm not the face of anything.
That's so cool.
Oh yeah, it's fucking awesome. I love it. Yeah. It's fucking... That concert. That's the concert, I think... We went with 2 carloads of people. So at least 10 people. Me and Preston were the only ones that left without injury.
Oh my goodness.
Most of them had their shirts ripped off. Someone had a broken ankle. Someone had an asthma attack. Yeah, it was fucking crazy.
Well, with a name like Hatebreed, it's bound to be violent.
Awesome. It was so awesome.
Yeah. That doesn't sound like something I would enjoy, but I'm glad that you did.
Probably not. One of my favorite songs by them is called Destroy Everything. I don't think
Who sings that song that just goes, burn, motherfucker, burn, motherfucker, burn?
That's Five Finger Death Punch.
Because you used to play that on our way to high school.
No.
Yeah, you did.
No. You're thinking of a different song.
Oh.
The Burn Motherfucker. I don't think I've ever played that. That's only like 2-3 years old. Is the Burn Motherfucker song.
Then what am I thinking of?
You're thinking of, This Is a Motherfucking Invitation.
Maybe.
Little Redneck by Lamb of God.
I just remember a lot.
Or Laid to Rest. Who gives a fuck?
Maybe it's that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played those two a lot on the way to high school.
It's an interesting way to start a day of education.
That's how I still start my day every day. Blast heavy shit. It's like coffee. Just wakes you right up. Makes you right up, Katie. I highly recommend it. On your what have you been doing? Biking.
Oh.
On your bicycle excursions.
Yeah. You and I
Blast some metal.
You and I enjoy different things.
Check out Black Soul Choir by Devil Driver.
Black Soul Choir.
I used to run to that song all the time by Devil Driver. Yeah.
By Devil Driver.
Devil Driver. Yeah.
I can almost guarantee you that I will never look that up. But I'm happy that you find joy in something called Devil Driver.
They just came out with like the best cover album, one of the best cover albums I've ever heard. It's country covers.
Do you ever listen to any music that doesn't instill anger or hatred? Why is your tongue out?
Instills anger. None of it instills anger or hatred. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
It instills, like, I literally feel like nothing but joy when I listen to this
That's
shit.
amazing.
So, and that's what the heavy metal family is.
That's lovely. When you're here, your family. It's not just Olive Garden. It's also heavy metal. Mm-hmm. That's nice.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, honestly, like, a concert's, like, I have to be in a real certain kind of mood to go to a movie alone. But I'm very willing to go to a concert alone.
Interesting.
Because within 20 minutes of me being there, I will find somebody to talk to.
Huh.
Yeah.
See, I feel like...
Because we're all wearing the same shirts. You know, we all fucking are here.
The common ground is established.
Yeah. That's all it takes. All you gotta do is like the music and you're in.
I feel like travel for me is heavy metal for you. It's the experience that you seek.
Absolutely.
Think about all the money you've spent on concert tickets and t-shirts and stuff like that.
CDs.
I just keep that money and spend it on a plane ticket.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really...
Everybody has... That's the thing. Is it's just whatever it is that you're passionate about. Mm-hmm. And like you just said, you get some kind of spiritual experience almost out of traveling. Yeah. As I do with metal. As some people in quotes do with church and things like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's an experience. The same fucking thing, just dressed up differently. Yeah. We're all just looking for the same thing. We want to be a part of something bigger. Mm. So
I think we just solved the human experience.
It's just, it's once you boil it down to roots, once you boil almost anything down to roots, then there's a lot of commonality.
What made me think of it was when you just said you would go to a concert alone because you'll meet someone very quickly and be able to talk to them. And that's how I feel when I travel. That's one of the best parts is that you just
meet people.
These random people, you just strike up a conversation because they're there and you're there. So why not?
You know what? Yeah. I'm gonna next one of your fucking trips you go on, I'm gonna send you with a microphone and you should podcast with people.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
It'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, like, you meet a lot of crazy people. A lot of really cool people, but I've met some really interesting folks. Yeah.
What is the most interesting crazy person you've ever met? Crazy, though.
I mean, like, okay, so in New Zealand, actually the hostel we were staying at was run by a woman whose name I don't remember. But I think she was actually from the U.S., and just a very eccentric kind of hippie woman, like long hair, just doing all her things, like, oh, here, baby, here you go, honey, whatever. And she offered to take us out on this hike. And it went against everything Mom and Dad have ever told us to do, but for whatever reason, a group of us hopped in this van with this woman that we just met. And she drove us out into the woods and said, okay, I'll see you back at the hostel. And we were like, wait, weren't you coming with us on the... And we ended up just exploring in the woods. It was totally fine, but it was just weird that this random lady would do that. And she had to have been at least 60.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's probably not the most crazy person, but she came to mind first. Yeah.
That's wild.
Character.
I do like exploring the woods.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things. We're still trying to figure out... Well, actually, I think I finally figured out how to do some videos in the car. So we'll be able to do some, like, dog man hunting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
Dog man is a common theme.
Yes. As it should be. Consistently. I can't believe moths haven't come up before, though.
You're the first one to bring a fucking moth.
That's amazing.
There was a big one at work the other day.
Was there?
Yeah.
What was your reaction?
I just...
Hate breed?
No, Katie. I just looked at it. Oh, yeah, that's a big moth. Hate breed. Destroy everything!
Destroy! Motherfucker bird! Yeah.
Oh, my God. All right. You want to wrap this up? Is that good
for
you? All right.
Do you have a little, like... I haven't heard... You don't have a clear closing statement, do you?
No, not really.
Do you want one? Should we workshop some right now?
No.
Doodly-doo-doo. Lost in the dark.
Maybe I'll just use that. I'll take that soundbite and use it at the end of every single one.
That felt right.
That felt right?
That felt right.
Good. No, I usually just, I fucking tell people to check us out on Instagram and Facebook because that's where we're really active. Do a lot on there.
Get us on Insta, Facebook. Tell your friends.
Also,
if you don't have friends, tell your family.
Also, I think I've been, check out Amazon Lost in the Dark podcast shirt. Make that search. You can find some t-shirts.
Yeah, I have one, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
They come in all kinds of colors, and I actually wore it on my way home from Senegal. So that shirt has been in Senegal, Belgium, Washington, D.C. You're going to really want to get on the train here.
Woo.
Yep.
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Lost in the Dark's making its rounds.
Lost in the Dark.
No, we got some
Got any other
fun
merch?
Things
Can I get a sticker? That's what I want.
That is coming soon, actually.
I want a sticker.
If I can pull it off, I'll have them by next week.
Well, that would be ideal.
Because the other thing I wanted to say real quick is 1 week from this coming Saturday, I don't know what the date will be. 1 week from this coming Saturday, though, Michigan Metal Fest will be happening. Aaron and Bogwraith, Aaron, the other host of this, will be performing with fucking Whitechapel and a million other fucking bands. And I'm hoping, and we'll be there, I'll be there, I'll have Lost in the Dark shirt on, and I'm hoping to be able to hand out some stickers to people. So.
Do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's about it.
Hashtag get lost.
Get lost. Get
I
lost
like
with
that.
us. LITD. You like that? Get lost?
Do.
I started doing that?
I do.
I thought it was fun.
All right. Thanks, bro.
Thanks for being on here. Hopefully we'll get you back on next time you're up here.
Absolutely.
Or I'll come down and see you and we'll do one down there.
We'll do one at Armando's.
That has been talked about because Armando's has liked a lot of our posts whenever we posted them.
Oh, yeah.
And,
I'm sure they'd be cool with that.
And I was like, I bet we could talk to somebody, and as long as we came in and we just ordered one of everything off the menu.
Set it up on the patio.
And just set it up on the patio. We film it all. I'd love to do that. Holy shit.
You let me know and I'll walk over.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing. All right. Love you, Katie.
Love you.
Love all you people.
Thanks, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.